Let us try some exercise. The exercises. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a database called company, and this company database has a table called as sales, and there are four fields in there: sales ID, order, product, and number of sales. And we are supposed to design a form to insert the records into the sales table, as well as we are supposed to generate a report that will display the sales index product based on orders. So let's try to create the database first. I have the Microsoft Access. I'm going to make a blank database, and Microsoft Access is going to show blank database dialog box. In this, I'm going to give the name as specified there. And usually I save my database in my document. However, in college or practical, you may be asked to save it as other location. In that case, just click this browse and then select the appropriate folder. And then you can save it. So I'm going to just let me click on create. As you are familiar, Microsoft Access will create a default table called as table 1. And we need to change the name of this particular table. There are two ways in which we can do it. One is by saving it by the shortcut ctrl press yes. So this is one of the ways in which you can save the table. Other way around is you just click on the design. The design view, you just click on here. By the way, design view will come only if you are in this particular tab, that is the table fields tab. If you are in the other tabs, show this here. So I'm going to just click on this particular icon over here. The minute I do it, the Microsoft Access say that this table has to be saved first, so that I can add it. So what is the name that they have given this particular table is sales. You just select this one, copy it, paste it here. Let's click on save. The minute you save it, you will be given a field list over here. So which are the fields that we are supposed to do? The first field is a sales ID. So just click on save, and I will just paste it sales ID. And the data type is auto number. What is the meaning of saying auto number? Is the number will be automatically increased or incremented by the Microsoft Access. So I'm going to keep it as it is. During the examination, it is better keep it so that we can quickly complete the exercise. Let's go to the next one. Next one is the quarter. So I'm just select this one. See, we copy it and paste it. So if when you click on this data type over here, so this is the field name and this one will be the data type. So when you click on this data type, it's going to show the data type as short. So there are two ways in which you can store the quarters. You can say it is the first quarter by typing the word first, then you can say it's the second quarter, and so on. So other option is you can just say number 1 for the first quarter, number 2 is for the second quarter, number 3 for the third quarter, and number 4 for the fourth quarter. And I feel that this is much easier. So because it's going to save time during the examination. So I'm going to use the number rather than the text. So I'm going to click on this down arrow, which is over here, and I'm going to just click on here, and I'm going to say let it be a number. So I will type for the first part, I will type number 1. For the second part, I will type number 2, and so on. So Let's look at the third field over here. Third field is the product. I assume that you're going to type the product name rather than the product ID. So this is that type the product name like the laptop, desktop, mouse, keyboard, something of that. So we're going to type the product name, mobile, anything like that. So I'm going to keep it as a text. It will be a short text. The last one is number of sales. That is the total number of items of that particular type. That is how many laptops are sold, how many desktops are sold, how many mouse are sold, how many so on. Okay. So this is the number of sales. And if you click here, it's going to say it is a short text. I'm going to click on the down arrow here and I'm going to select it as a number. Now you must understand one thing over here. You are selecting the broad data type. You can fine tune the data type by making a choice here. So when you say it is a number, you will ask as a programmer, you will ask the question as what is this number? Is it an integer? Is it a long integer? Is it a float? Or so you notice over here on the down arrow here, you get a lot of choice. You can make it a single precision, double precision, decimal, and so on. But I'm going to keep the default as it as the long integer. So that being done, you can press Control S to save it. Press Control S to save it, or you can just click on this one. Suppose if you forget the keyboard shortcut, so you can just click on this data sheet view, and when you click on it, it's going to ask you to do you want to save it. So if you press Control S, this will not be because the data is saved. Suppose if you are not saved, and then directly here it's going to say, do you want to save it? I'm going to say yes. So the database is saved, and you notice that you have the sales ID, which is automatically created by the Microsoft Access. And we are supposed to type the quarter, we are supposed to type the product, that is laptop, desktop, or anything, and the number of items that are sold. But we are not supposed to enter it directly here. What they have said is we are supposed to create a form for inserting the record into the table. So let's create a form. How do I create a form? To create a form, I'm going to go to this tab, that is the create tab. So when I click on the create tab, you have already done a few exercises wherein you said to create a table, you have the table design. To create a query, you have the query design. Now in the same way, to create a form, you have this form design. So I'm going to just click on this form design, and the minute I click on this form design, this is what I'm going to get. So I get a blank form in which I'm supposed to create the input menu or input form so that I can accept the values from the user. Now for that, I need these fields. So I need the field sales ID, order, product, and so on. From where will I get it? To get this particular thing, see, there are a few options that are available here. So this is the first tab that you will be working. This is the main tab, and there are other two tabs which are also associated with the. So let me click on this form design. So this is the tab, form design, not the home, not the create, nor any other things. This form design. In this form design, you will see the option over here that says add existing field. That means fields which are there in this particular table, whatever that the fields are there in this table, I want to add them to the form. So I'm going to click on this one. When I click on this one, it's going to say show all the tables. So in this case, you have only one table. In my database, there is only one table, but you may have more than one table. In reality, you may have, but as of now, I have only. So I'm going to click on show all tables. When I click on show all tables, I have only one table, that is sales table, and it's going to show the name of the sales table. If you click on this plus sign over here, it's going to show the field name like sales ID, quarter, product, and number of sales. So if you click on minus sign, it disappears. Click on the plus sign, it appears. Now there are two ways in which you can add the field. One is if you are good in using the mouse, you can just click on this field name, like selected the sales ID, and then drag and leave it over here. This is one way of. So this is, suppose if you are good in using, suppose you are bad in using mouse button, just double click on these field names over here. So if I just double click 2 times, and you have the first field created. Again, double click on the quarter, the field quarter is created. Next, you have the product. Next, you have the number of sales. One thing you must understand over here is, see, whenever you click on one of them, either you click on this or you click on the other side, both of them get selected. One thing you must understand here is, if this is called as an anchor, if you click on the anchor and then drag it means move without using the releasing the mouse button. If you drag it, only this piece will move. Okay, if I drag this, only this piece will. Let me show you that. So if I drag it using the anchor, only this piece will move. Other one, even though it is selected, you notice that it is orange in color, but it will not. Let me bring it. So this is like this. Now suppose if I go to any other location, suppose if I go here and then start moving it, you notice this right there. Both of them will move. Okay. So if you move using the anchor, only that piece will move. Okay. If you use the anchor, that piece will move. If you use the other, like the border, and then move it, both of them will start. So you must remember that particular. So with the anchor, you can only move that particular label or field or anything. So if I want to adjust this one, go to this anchor here, then start moving. You can adjust. Okay, done. Let's look at how our form will look like. So to look at the form, I'm going to just click on this view here. Okay. Remember, I'm in the form design. It will appear only in this particular tab. It won't appear in the other tab. So I'm going to click on view, and this is how it's going to be. Here, we are supposed to add it, but how do we add a new record? How do we save a new record? So let's do some extra thing over here. So I'm going to go here to the view, and there is a small down arrow here. There is a down arrow in near this view. Click on that down arrow and then select the design view. Okay, so I'm going to go to the design view. Now, if you are in this form design, you are in this form design, you will have a lot of options which are available. So you get this option. One of the option is this button. First one is the text box, label, and the next one is the button. So I'm going to put a button here. So button that will add a blank record, and then we can save it. So I click on this button. I click on this button, and then if you look at this mouse pointer now, mouse pointer will change. Generally, mouse pointer is arrow. Suppose when you click on this button here, mouse pointer will change and it will look like a rectangle. Now what you are supposed to do is create a rectangle. How do you create a rectangle? Drag it. What is meaning of saying dragging? Press and hold down the left mouse button and then start moving it diagonally down. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Diagonally you have to go down, and you see a button like this. So a rectangle like thing. You just, when you are happy with the size, just leave it. Anyhow, you can change the size. If the size is smaller, you can change it. I'm happy with that size. So minute you do it, sometime you may get a warning message from the Microsoft Access that you're creating macros and be disastrous and so on. So this you may get a warning message, but you can just say, oh, I know what I'm doing. Just click open and you may get it, you may not get it. If you get it, you are luckiest one. If you are not getting it, then you are super luckiest one, because you don't have to waste your time reading that. Okay, so let's look at the options which are available here. Now the options that are available here, so many categories are there. One is the navigation. Navigation is moving to the next record, to the previous record, the last record, first record, like this. You are moving. Navigating is you're moving. I don't want to navigate because that is not asked in the question. By the way, what is asked in the question is, how to insert the new record. That is asked in the question. So I will stick on to that. But the thing navigation they have not asked. So let's go here to the record operation. There are a lot of other options are there. I will not venture into that. So I'll go to the record operations, the second one. And you have options for adding a new record, deleting a record, duplicating a record, and so on and so forth. I want to add, inserting means adding a new record. So I want to add a new record. So I'm going to select the add new record and the record operation. And I'm going to click on the next button. So minute I click on the next button, it's going to say, do you want to show a picture kind of thing? I don't want all these things in the examination, so I don't mess up the things in the examination. I'm going to just keep it as a text. Click on here and say show a plain text. That will be suffix for me rather than showing a pencil or pen or something like that. If you show a small icon there, I don't want it to show that icon. Let it be text as it is. Click on next. Next, it's going to say what is the variable name. Now, you are familiar with the C programming. In C programming, you create int x, int y, int a, b, c, and so on. All of them are variable name. In the same way, in Visual Basic, whenever you create a button or a text box or anything, you have to give a variable name for that. Okay? Again, if you don't get it, just forget. Keep whatever that is coming over here. That is okay. So this variable name is command file. Will it going to create a trouble to me? Answer is no, unless and otherwise you are writing a VBS that is maybe for access or VBS script. In that case, it may matter. Otherwise, you don't need to bother about the variable name. However, you cannot delete and keep it blank. It's not allowed. You have to have some name for that, and my choice is whatever name the Microsoft Access is using it. This is a variable name. It has nothing to do with the form as a when I say in context of what I am doing or what in context of what you are doing, it has nothing to do with your program, your problem as such. But definitely in programming, there are a lot of things or a lot of things that's going to matter if you change the variable name and so on. But it's of no use for us because we are not writing a VB script anyhow. So let's click on finish, and I'm not changing anything. I'm going to just click on finish, and I have the add record. So this is to add a new record, and after you add a new record, you have to save that record. So I need one more button. So I'm going to go here again to the top, and I'm going to select the button here. And from this button, I'm going to just click again, click and drag diagonally down until you're happy with the size. Just leave it. And then in this dialog box, you select record operations. Under the record operation, you select the save record. Remember, you are going to add a new record and finally save that record into the database. So let me click next, and as usual, I don't want it to show you it will show you disk like icon there, but I don't want that thing to happen. Let it be plain text. I will select it as plain text. Click on next. It's going to say what is the variable name that you want to give it. Whatever it says is okay. Don't delete it. Keep it whatever it says. Just finish it off. So you have two options over here: add a record and delete a record. So two options are available. Let me slightly move it. Remember, when you are moving it, few things you must understand. If you're moving it, you must you see the four-headed arrow. Can you see the mouse pointer with four-headed arrow? Four-headed arrow means you're moving it. Suppose if you are clicking on here, and if you go to this, the box there, you see that box there. So if you're going to this box, you see two-headed arrow. That means you are increasing or decreasing the size horizontally, increasing the decreasing vertically, decreasing diagonally. So I'm going to just show you. If I go here, click and drag, the size increases. It will not. So click and drag back, size decreases. Again, click and increase the size increases. So click here, drag it, size increases. If you want, you can increase the size. Again, it's not really required during the examination, but If you really don't have anything else to do, you can try to play around with this during the examination. Let's come back, and I'm going to click on view here. So let me click on the view the form. So this is how the form will appear. I will not type anything here because remember, this is automatically incremented. Sales ID is automatically created by the Microsoft Access, so I don't have to type anything. So you can save some time during the examination. So you notice that minute I make some changes, the first record will have the ID 1, second record will have the ID 2. Automatically, Microsoft Access will take care of this one. That is what is meaning of saying auto number. It will automatically give the numbering. We don't have to do anything, so that we can save some time during the examination. I'm going to say first quarter, and the product name is, let me say, laptop. And in the first quarter, that is the first 4 months, I have sold, say, 20 laptops. So this, if you do this one, it is not going to work. First, what you are supposed to do is, you done this one. You say save record. Okay. So is the record saved? The question generally is asked. So how do I know that the record is saved on? I'm going to go here. This says, remember, this is the form. Can you see the icon there? This is the table. So I'm going to click on this table. When you look at this table, you notice that nothing is coming here because the values are not refreshed. So you just go up here. You remember, in the home tab, in the home tab, you have an option for refresh all. Okay. So you have to be there in the home tab, not in the other tab. You won't get it. So I'm going to click on refresh all. The minute I refresh all, you notice that it has shown the first record quarter 1 laptop. And okay, let's go to the form. Click on this form. I'm already in the form view. So how do I add the next record? To add the next record, you're going to say add. Yes, add record. Click on this add record. New record will come. Remember, don't touch this one because it is auto number. Microsoft Access will give the number there. Click here. So I'm going to say this is the first quarter. Automatically, you notice Microsoft Access has given the number for you. Product is desktop. So let me say I sold 10 desktop. Then I'm going to say save. Okay. So is it saved? Let me go to the sales here, and I'm going to refresh all. Notice second. Let's go to the form again. Add new record. Don't touch the first one. Go to the quarter here. Quarter is again 1, and I'm going to say monitor. Let me just say monitor, and say I have sold 10 monitors. Save it. How to add one more record? Add record. Don't touch this one. Click here. Second quarter. Okay. Product is laptop. Okay. Number of sales is 5. Save it. How to add a new record? Click on the add new record. Don't touch the first one. Click here. Second quarter. Product is desktop. Let's say 50. Save it. And if you go to the sales here, that is the table, and if you refresh it, all of them, whatever you have added, will come over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my video, and I'm going to add a few more records over here. I don't want you to see me adding those records and waste your video time. So I'm going to pause this video and add a few records and come back and then continue with the next part. If you notice over here, I have added a few records there. Okay, so I've added a few records here. Let's go to this one, and we will have to save this particular form now. We have not saved this particular form. How to save this form? You can go here. If you notice here, you have an option to save. but I have the other option. Let's go to the design view. And in the design view, if you want to save it, I told you the keyboard shortcut. Remember this keyboard shortcut, CTRL plus CS. Control S to save anything. So I'm going to just say Control S, and it's going to give me a dialog box asking what is the name of this form. I'm going to say sales underscore form, or just say sales form. Okay, I'm going to give the name as sales form, and I'm going to just click OK. So sales form is saved there. Have this sales form. Let's look at what is the, if you notice over here, you will see the sales form. Now, if you are not able to see the table and form and all these things, if you are not able to see all of them in one shot, click on this down arrow and then select it. See, if you just click on forms, it will just show you forms. If you just select table, it's going to show only tables. If you select this all access object, it will show you all of them. So it will show you the tables, queries, forms, reports, and so on. Everything it's going to show. Now, coming back to the question, what is the next thing that we are supposed to do? In the next thing, we are supposed to generate a report that will display sales details of the product based on quarters. So we are supposed to generate a report. Let's go ahead and let's generate a report. For that, I'm going to go to the Microsoft Access, and I'm going to go to the create. And by now you've already seen table design, query design, form design, and you are left with the last choice, and that is the report design. So let's click on the report design, and when you click on the report design, this is how you're going to get it. Okay, report design. By the way, I will just go 1 second back. I'll come back to this form. Okay, you created this form, no doubt, but it's forgot one thing. I'll come back to this form slightly later because I have not added a title for that particular form. I'll come back to this at the end. So watch the video till the end. So wherein I'm going to just add a form title. So it is going to be an essential thing. So you add a title to the form. However, they have not asked in the question. It is better you add a title. Let me continue with the report, form report. When you click on this form report, remember all the actions will happen in this tab, that is report design tab, not in the home tab. So in the home tab, you may not get a lot of things. So just click on this report design. And again, as usual, if these fields are not visible, if you don't get this list of fields, then click on this this option over here, that is the add existing field. So just it's my mouse pointer, I'm not getting this mouse pointer. So this it's now the add existing field. So that is what I have pointed to. So you click on that, and you will be shown a list of fields which you can use it in your report. Now I'm going to click on this details. So you notice that this detail section is there. I'm going to click on this detail section. So when you click on this detail, you see that bar there. Just click on that bar. It's going to become black in color. So then I'm going to add one field. You can drag it, or easiest option is you just double click on one thing at a time. So first, I'm going to click on the sales ID. It's going to appear there. Then I'm going to click on the quarter. It's going to appear here. Then I'm going to click on the product. It's going to appear next. Then I'm going to click on the number of sales. It's going to appear like this. So this is how easy it is to create a report. Now let's view the report. How is it going to look like? So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to just click on the view report. Okay. So you notice this is the first record. If you go down, this is going to be the second record. If you go down, this is going to be third record, and so on. Okay, this is nice. However, we generally don't prefer to use this report. The one that they are expecting you to do it is a report that will filter the records based on the quarters. So this is not the way in which you are supposed to present that content. Generally, we would like to show the content in this format, wherein you have this field name here, and you see the sales ID, which is the field name, and all the records, all the values. You have this product and all the values of that product. So generally, we would like to show it in a tabular option. But this report, if you look at this report, it is not appearing in a tabular format because one report after the other report it is appearing. So let's try to fix this problem, and let's try to show it in a neat way. I'm going to go to this view here, click on the down arrow, and then select design view. Now you have two sections here. One is the page header. The other one is the detailed section. So what I'm going to do is, so watch carefully. I'm going to click on this sales ID. Sales ID. You can right click and then select cut. If you forget, right click and select cut. Or it is better you use this keyboard shortcut. Keyboard shortcut for cut is Control plus X. This is to cut, and the keyboard shortcut to paste is Control plus V. So I'm going to use this option, Control X and Control V, for my work. However, if you forget it during the examination, you can't remember that thing, always click on here, right click, and you get an option to go for the cut, and you also get an option for paste. But I'm not going to do it. I will use the Control X and Control V. So first I'm going to click on sales ID, Control X to cut it, come to this page header section here, and then Control V to paste it. Now it has come to the top side over here. I'm going to go, you notice that I want to move it. Remember, this is to resize. If you get two headed arrow, that means resize. If you get four headed arrows, that means you want to move it. Click and drag it and leave it at some location. So you got one. Let's do the same thing with the quarter. So I'm going to click on this quarter, select this quarter, Control X to cut it, then go to the page header here. So go to this page header section, Control V to paste it, use the mouse and then click and drag it down. You have this sales ID and quarter. Then let's go to the next one, that is the product. Click on it, Control X to cut it, go up under the page header, just zoom out and then show you. Okay, page header, Control V to paste it, move it to proper location. Let's go to the last one, that is the number of sales. Control X to cut it, go to the header section, page header section, Control V to paste it. So you get this. Okay. Now I'm going to arrange these fields. Okay. Remember, they are the names and these are the values. So I'm going to click and remember I'm again moving it. So when it is four headed arrow, just move it. This is going to be the sales ID. Okay. Then suppose if you want to increase the size of this particular form, what are you going to do? Go to the edge of this form. Can you see the mouse pointer becoming two-headed arrow? So let me zoom in for you. So can you see the mouse header is two-headed arrow? If you go here, it is arrow. If you go here, it is arrow. When you come to this edge, it is two-headed arrow. Click and drag outwards. It will increase the size of the form of the report. So even for the form also, it is one and the same. So I have this sales ID. Let me click on the quarter. I'm going to get this quarter again. I'm going to move it, get the four-headed arrow, and then start moving it. So this is going to be the quarter. Then I'm going to click on the product, click and drag. This is going to be the product, and finally you have the number of sales. Click and drag it, and you have this number of sales. Accordingly, I'm going to change the labels also so that this will appear here. this will appear here, and this will appear somewhere. None with it. So let's look at let's preview this particular report. I'm going to click on this view now. When you click on this view, you notice that sales ID, quarter, product, sales number is coming there in the one row, that is one record. But you have to scroll down for the second one. You have to scroll down for the third one, and so on. It's going to be terribly difficult task to see all of them. So what we are going to do is, let's go to the design view. I'm going to click on this down arrow and select this design view. You notice there are a lot of space is there. So here you notice here you have lot of space is there. My mouse is not working. So here you notice a lot of space is there. Okay. So I'm going to go here and scroll down. Notice a lot of space is there. Can you see that lot of space is there? So I'm going to go here and scroll this one. You notice this page footer has come. Can you see that page footer? Okay, I will keep the mouse pointer here. Can you see it is double-headed arrow? It is arrow now. It is arrow now. In between, it is double-headed arrow. When it is double-headed arrow, I will click and drag upwards. So when you click and drag upwards, it's going to go here. Again, I'm going to try it. Click and drag upwards and keep it. Don't give extra spaces there. So keep it very, very close. Okay, that much is enough. Now let's look at the view here. So when I click on this view, you notice all of them are coming one after the other. So it looks slightly neat. It's appearing neat. Again, I need to do some spacing adjustment over here. So let me do that one. So I'll click on here and I'll go to the design view. And if there is extra space, you can just pull it closer, again to closer, and then increase. Okay. Also, you notice that there is a lot of space here in this area. A lot of space is there. So I'm going to move all of them up. How do you move all of them up? Remember, click outside and drag it. Remember, you are clicking outside, drag it. You see a rectangle. So cover all the labels, click and drag, cover all of them. Okay. And you know very well, if you move, go to the anchor and move it, only that part will move. I want all of them to move. So go somewhere outside this anchor. Any one you can select, but not the anchors. So that orange part you select it, click and drag upwards. Okay. So this is how it's going to appear. Now I want only to move this item. So click here, go to the handle here, and then just to drag it up. Now there is extra space here. You notice that there is a lot of extra space which is available here. So this area is extra. So what you are going to do, again click here and go to the bottom side. And when you go to the bottom side, you see the mouse has changed to two-headed arrow. Click and drag upwards. Drag is moving without releasing the mouse button. So you drag upwards, and this is how it's going to appear. Now let's look at very less space is there between the page header and page detail. Very, very less number of space. So if you view this one, this is how it's going to appear. So it looks neat. Okay. Now let's look at the other thing that what we are supposed to do. This is not what is asked. What is that they have asked for is they have asked for sales detail of the products based on quarters. So based on the quarters, you have to filter it. Now, if you look at this our report here, it is directly coming. See, first quarter, even though I've typed it in that order, so it is simply coming one piece is coming one. Okay, because I've added the record in proper order. First I selected first quarter, then second quarter, and so on and so forth. Now what they are saying is you have to split them, even if these are not in the proper order, you have to group them. First quarter you show separately, second quarter you show separately, third quarter you show separately, and so on. So you have to show the different products, or you have to arrange the records in such a way that all the products that belongs to a particular quarter has to be shown as a separate group. So how do we do that? Let me go to the design view over here. You go to the design view, and I'm going to click on this one, that is group and sort. I'm going to click on this group and sort. When you click on this group and sort, you will notice there is an extra option that is coming over here. Okay, so there is extra option that is coming over here. You have an option to add the group and sort the groups. Two options. I will add it because they have not said to sort it, so I'll just add it. Let me click on this add group. So I'm going to click on this add group here, not to sort, because sorting is they have not asked. So I'm going to click on this add group. The minute I add the group, it's going to say how do you want to group them according to them. According to the question, what is that they have said is group them based on the quarters. So based on the quarters, I am supposed to do it. So let me click on the down arrow, and I'm going to say based on the quarters, I want to group them. Okay, based on the quarters. Now you notice, even though you arrange everything neatly, there is an extra heading that has come, and that heading is a quarter heading. So you get a quarter heading there. Now what is the effect? Let's look at the preview. I'm not doing anything. I just selected this quarter group on quarters. I just selected that. Let's see the preview. Now when you see the preview, you notice that it has grouped them together. So this is one group, and that group is for the first quarter. This is the second group. That group is for the second quarter, and so on. So forth. This will be the third, and so on. Okay, so it has grouped them properly, but I want to give a group title here. So this is first quarter, this is the second quarter, this is the third quarter, and so on. You notice that in all of them, this quarter, even though it has grouped them together, this quarter is repeating, because this is the first quarter result, and that 111 is not required. So this is the second quarter result. 222 is not required. I'm going to just put it once here. Okay, all of them in one group. How do I do that? Remember, these two are excess now. This quarter label, this label, and this field is extra now. I'm going to arrange them properly. How do I do that? Let's go to the design view. Okay, design view, and I will remove this label. So which is this label? This quarter label. Again, Control X to cut. I'll go to this quarter header, and I'm going to paste it. Control V to paste it. I'm going to just drag it and just leave it here. Here, done. And this part I have already told. This field is also extra. I'm going to cut that thing. Control X to cut it. Control V to paste it. And we'll just arrange them properly. Remember, you know how to drag and arrange now. So just arrange them properly. Done. Okay. In order to make the proper arrangement, I'm going to just move this sales ID. I'm going to just move it here. Also, I'm going to move this sales ID. I'm going to move it slightly here. Okay, done. And you notice that there is a lot of extra space is there. So there's extra space is there. Notice this extra space is there. So this extra space we can reduce it. How do you reduce it? Go down here. When it is two-headed arrow, remember for the details, when it is two-headed arrow, click and drag upwards. This is how it's going to do. So you remove the extra spaces. Now let's look at the preview. When you look at the preview, this is how it's going to look like. So this is first quarter, and what you get is the sales ID, okay, product name, and sales. Okay, maybe I can arrange the spacing here. So let me do that particular thing. Let me properly arrange the spacing there. I will I put extra space here. So slightly bring it here, and let me slightly bring it. I'm just moving it so that you see them close by. See that all of them are close by. Okay, done. Let me show you the preview now, and you notice that okay, this is the sales ID, and this is the product. This is the number of sales. Now let's calculate the total of this one. I want to get this total for this first quarter. What is the total? So 10 plus this is the total number of sales that has happened. 10 monitors, 10 desktop, 10 laptop. So 10, 10, 20, that is 40. I want to show that 40 here total. Okay, so I want to show that. And for the second quarter also I want to show the total of this one. For the third quarter and so on. For the fourth quarter also the total. And finally, I want to show the grand total. Grand total is sum of this one, sum of this one, sum of this one, sum of this one. All of them, grand total I want to show them. How do I do that particular thing? I'm going to go here to the view, and I'm going to go to the design view. And in the design view, I will go to this section over here. Okay. Under this section, if you notice there is an option for more. Remember, I am not sorting it because they have not asked me to sort it. That is what I am not doing it. So here they said even though I have not sorted it, it just said from smallest to largest. What let it be? Quarter from the smallest means first quarter first, second quarter second, third and fourth. Largest of smallest means 4, 3, 2, 1. You know where quarters are being arranged. Now let's go to this more here. So click on this more here. And what does it says? It says entire values, okay. Hundreds, thousands, and that's not my requirement. But what is required to me is with the no totals, they said, but I want the total. With the no total, they said, I want the total. How can I get this total? Click on the down arrow here, okay, and you are going to say total what? Total sales ID. It is of no use. Adding a ID is of no use. So I want to sum the number of sales, total sales. 10 laptops are sold, 20 mouse is sold, 30. The total numbers of sales that has occurred, I want to sum them. And what are the things I want to show? I want to show the grand total, that is sum of all, as well as I want to show per group, per the what you say quarter. First quarter, what is the total sales? Second quarter, what is the total sales? Third quarter, what is the total sales? So I want them at the bottom side. So you know, header and footer. Header means at the top side, bottom means at the bottom side. I want them at the bottom side. So show at the footer. So this is show a subtotal at the footer. Okay, so grand total as well as the subtotal for the individual quarters is being shown. The minute I do it, you notice that it has added a footer here. Can you see here? It has added a footer extra. It has added a footer, and also if you scroll down, you'll see for the page for the at the end of the report, it's going to show you for the report footer. It has shown grand some of the sales. Okay, so it has automatically done that thing. I'm going to reduce the extra space. You notice that you know, extra space is not really required. This extra space which is there, I'm going to reduce that extra space. How do you do it? Go down. When the mouse pointer is two-headed arrow, okay, just click and drag upwards, and there is nothing is there in the page footer, so just drag and move upwards. There is nothing is there, and you have the report footer, so that have it. Okay, so this is done. Let's look at the preview. So I have removed the extra spaces over there. Let's look at the preview there. So when I look at the preview, this is what you're going to say. For the first quarter, total of this is 40, total of this is 75, total of this is 45, total of this is 10 because only one item is there. The 40 plus 75 plus 45 plus 10 is 170. Okay, but I want to put one small label here so that people won't get confused as to what is this 10, what is this 170. People will get confused. So let's put a small label there. So how do I do this? I'm going to go to the view, and I'm going to go to the design view, And in the design view, in front of this sum of the sales for this footer, this is the total sales for that particular quarter. The last one is definitely the grand total. So I'm going to go here, and you must be in the report design. Remember, this is the one that you must select. You have this labels. Okay, so let's click on this label. So this is label. Click on this label, and I'm going to click in front of this the quarter footer. So here this quarter footer is there. This is for the quarter. What is the sales? So I'm going to just click here. Just click here and start typing it. You don't have to drag or do anything. So just click here. Okay, and maybe somewhere here I'm going to do it. Click here and start typing it. Don't worry. Total. Just type total. Click outside. If it is going slightly here and there, just drag it and just leave it here. Again, you have some extra space, just reduce the space. Done. In the same way, I'm going to do it for this one also. So go up, click on this label, click here, go down, and I'm going to click slightly here. Anywhere you can click, just start typing it, and I'm going to say grand total. Okay, click outside, and then go here, click here once, then start moving it so that it appears proper grand total. Now let's look at the view here. So how is it going to look like? So you have the total for the first quarter, total for the second quarter, total for the third quarter, total for the fourth quarter, and finally you have the grand total. Done. Okay, so it is beautiful. By the way, and some students are so fascinated by the colors and the others. Now, I'm just going to give you, but my personal advice during the examination, don't make it bold, italic, and don't waste your time in doing that kind of things. Even if you have completed your practical exercise earlier, so if your practical exam starts at 9 o'clock, you completed it at 10 o'clock, just go home and read the C programming. So practice for C programming, that is the next practical exam that's going to come. So don't waste your time sitting in the lab. If you completed, just give the paper, your answer script to the external examiner, show them the output, and just go home and start reading the C programming or start practicing the C program. Okay. After completing C program, you have theory exams that are going to come. Practice for that. So unnecessary during the examination, don't make waste your time by making it colorful. Black and white, they will give you the marks. Okay, but because it is a grand total, I want to just highlight it just to show you. My work is to even tell you where are the options that are available. So here you have a choice for format. So I'm going to go to this format, and I'm going to make it as bold, and I'm going to make it as slightly larger by making it as 14. Okay. You may have to go here. It's not completely visible. Remember, this is double-headed arrow. Just to drag it back. So, or if you want, you can slightly make it slightly down also. It's up to you. Okay. So just go here, double-headed arrow, and make it larger or smaller or anything of that. Okay. Let's look at the view. Remember to go to preview this particular report. You have to go to the report design, then click on the view, and you notice I'm going to just do it only for one grand total. Okay. Now what is missing in both my form as well as in the report, that is what I told you. At the end, I'm going to make some correction. So what is missing in my the form as well as report is I just forgot to add the title to my report as well as form. I'm going to do it now. So let's go to the view, and let's go to the design view, and right at the top you have this report header. Can you see this area? So I have not touched that area. Let's add a title to our report. So I'm going to click on this label, click here, and I'm going to say quarterly sales report. So quarterly sales report. Okay. And because you all love to make it bold, italic, and so on and so forth, I'm going to make it as bold. If you want to change the font color, you change it. But my advice during the examination, never try this option. It is absolutely ruled out. You can change the font and you can change the background color and so on and so forth. Don't do it during the examination. But I'm going just to do it just to show that this is the report. And I'm going to go here diagonally. I will increase it. So diagonally I will drag it and make it slightly larger. So quarterly report, that's enough. Okay, so don't say so this is a coming plane. That is enough. You're going to get the marks for that. So that's enough, but don't put extra space there. Just keep it simple. So that's done. Let's go here to the report design. Let's look at the view this design, that is quarterly sales report. Done. So we have done the quarterly sales report. Let's go to the design view. I'm going to do the same thing. This is done. Report is done. How do you save it? Control ES to save it. Control S to save it. And I'm going to say quarterly sales report. So I say Q sales report, quarterly sales report. Save it. It is saved. You can notice that it is saved over here. What is that? It is saved over here. I'm going to go to this my form here. I missed the, what is that? The title, the header title I missed for the form. So let me add it. That's what I told you at the end. I'm going to do it even for this one. Now here, if you notice that you have only the detailed section. You don't have where is this report section and how do you get this report section? A page header, where will you get that? That question will come. Okay, for that, what you have to do is, easiest way, there are other options that are available, but I find this is the easiest way and the most preferred way. Just right click on this, the details is there now. Right click on it, select it and right click on it, and you get an option to see whether you want to show the page header or form header. You see, notice that option. Where do you get it? Not by clicking here, by here. Anywhere and everywhere, if you click, that option will not come. Somewhere it is going to come. Generally you click on the head, the, what is it, the section, and you say whether that section is required or not. Okay. So I'm going to say I want the form header. So let's click on this form header. I'm going to zoom out for you and I'm going to do it. See, you can do here like this. Okay, I want the form header, or you can do here also. It's up to you. Okay, if you do it here, if it is not available, come here and do it. Okay, so you know very well. You are at the wrong place, it won't show you. So let's go to the form header and let's click on this form header. You notice that the form header has come. Okay, you don't want the form header, right click here and just click it again, it will disappear. So now let's go here and let's say form header, and I'm going to go to this this place over here, this tab over here. And what is this tab? Form design. I'm going to click on this label, click here, click on this one, and I'm going to say what is this? Sales form. Sales form. So we have this sales form. As usual, I'm going to make it as bold. Remember, not really a great idea, but for the report header, you may have to make it as bold. You want to make it the blue in color, and maybe if you want to change the font, if you don't have anything else to do during the examination, this is a time pass for you, so you can just do this one. So sales form. Okay, and I'm going to slightly reduce the size. Now what if you want to move them all together, if you want to move it, see, remember, click outside here, don't click on any one of them, click outside and drag diagonally down. You see a rectangular box that is created. You can do it in any way. You can from bottom you can go up, from left you can go down, but you don't select any of the component, just go outside, select them. Okay, now move, remember, don't go to this anchor, move from here, all of them will start moving together. Okay, if you want to move these together, two things, select them, not all of them, select only this. Again, go outside, drag it down, and then start moving it and just keep it here. If you want to reduce the size of this form, you can reduce the size of this form by, you know very well, go here. When it is double headed arrow, you can do that. Also, if you want to reduce the width of this thing, go here to the edge. Can you see double headed arrow? Can you see that? When it is double headed arrow, just reduce the size. It's not really required during the examination. Don't waste your time in all these things. Just create it and that's it. Let's go to the form design. Let's look at the view here, and this is how it's going to look like. A sales form with that. I think that's enough. Not much of thing is required. We have completed the question here of creating the form to insert the record and show the product report. That's all. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise.